Welcome to another episode of the UCLA Bruins Insider Podcast. I'm your host, as always, Connor Moreno, lead writer for UCLA Bruins on SI. And today we got some baseball talk, a baseball preview. By the time you're watching this, hopefully UCLA and UTSA are going to be facing off in the Los Angeles Super Regional. It's a best of three series, and the winner's going to advance to Omaha. So today's episode, we're going to go ahead and preview that matchup, and then we'll go ahead and talk about a specific player on the Bruins that is receiving a ton of awards for a pretty stellar season that he had. So, yeah, let's get right into it. The first game against the Roadrunners is going to be today, Saturday at 4 p.m. Pacific time. It's going to be at Jackie Robinson Stadium, despite UCLA being ranked number 15th. And why is that? Well, that's because the UTSA, they upset number 2 ranked Texas. And, obviously the higher seed is going to host the Super Regional, just like, UCLA was 15th seed, and they hosted 3 other unranked teams at the Los Angeles Regional in Westwood at Jackie Robinson Stadium. So thank you, UTSA. UCLA is saying thank you, UTSA, for upsetting Texas Longhorns, not only because, the Longhorns are the second-ranked team, but because now the Bruins get to play in front of their home crowd. And so head coach John Savage, he talked to the media on Wednesday. He talked about, what it meant to be able to have this home field advantage. And, he said it's good, but he also said, look what happened in the rest of the regional rounds. You had Texas, they were hosting that Austin regional, and they lost. They lost twice to UTSA. And then you had Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt didn't even make it to their regional final. They went ahead and lost to Wright State and someone else. I'm forgetting. Sorry. It was 64 teams, lots of baseball teams. Anyways, so he did say that, take into account that maybe home field advantage might not matter too much, but regardless, he was also saying that it's going to be really good, especially because the Bruins don't have to travel all the way to Austin and get in a different time zone and, just have to accustom to just a new time zone, which it might not matter because, to be honest, that's only what, 2 hours ahead, 2-3 hours ahead. So anyways, yeah. And so Coach John Savage, he also talked about kind of the atmosphere that he wants UCLA fans to go ahead and create at Jackie Robinson Stadium. And he said that he needs it because the atmosphere in college baseball is prevalent. In college baseball, he said, because of the atmosphere that fans are having at home games, it's becoming bigger than ever. So yeah, he's urging UCLA fans, UCLA alumni, or just, anyone who wants to come watch some baseball and cheer on the Bruins. He's urging those fans and alumni to go ahead and pack Jackie Robinson Stadium and create an atmosphere, a home field advantage for the Bruins that, they had in the regional round. They swept through the regional round, but the Bruins need to win 2 games, and they can only afford to lose 1 if they want to make it to Omaha. So, and UTSA is no slouch. UTSA is a really good team. They not only beat Texas twice in the Austin regional, they beat them in the regular season also. So the Roadrunners have this level of compete, and they have this pedigree that they can reach to pretty much upset anyone. And who cares if they're making their first Super Regionals appearance in program history? Who cares if they're on this Cinderella story? They're playing really good baseball. And John Savage, he along with shortstop Rock Chalowski, who we're going to talk about in a little bit because he is putting up a really stellar season. They were talking about what they've seen from the Roadrunners in scouting them recently. They just said they're a very like a complete baseball team. That's what Coach Savage said. He said that they're a really like a baseball team, and also credited their physicality as a baseball team to come into Austin and upset Texas twice. And he doesn't expect it to be any different in Westwood. So they're not going to take them lightly at all. They're not going to take the Roadrunners lightly. Obviously, you only need 2 wins. You're going to be favored. You're going to be at home. You're going to have this incredible atmosphere. But the Bruins aren't going to take them lightly, and they're going to play what's in front of them. So what's been the secret to UCLA's success recently, especially, they've had a pretty good late season surge that got them the 15th seed and got them a home field advantage. It's been their offense. Their offense has been rolling. In the regional round, they put up 38 runs through 3 games. They scored 19 in the first one against Fresno State, scored 11 in the second against Arizona State, and scored 8 in the third against UC Irvine to close it out. And Brock Chalowski, he said that the game plan has been getting runs up early and getting to the starting pitcher early. So that way they have to, other teams have to go into their bullpens. So if we look at it, Fresno State, they scored 4 runs in the first inning. Against Arizona State, they scored 7 in the second inning. And then against UC Irvine, they scored all 8 of their runs in the first 4 innings. So they've been getting to these pitchers, these starting pitchers, and they've been, forcing these teams to have to reach into their bullpen. And it hasn't only been their offense. Their offense has only been, they've only given up an average of 4.3 runs per game through those 3 games. It hasn't just been their offense. It's been their bullpen. Their bullpen has been stellar. And Chalowski's been saying that, it really gives the offense confidence to go out there and, swing for the fences when they know that they have a bunch of insurance late in games. If they're going to be leading late in games, they're going to have a whole bunch of insurance with the bullpen because the bullpen has been stellar. And you know what, especially in that UC Irvine game, the Bruins only scored all of their runs within the first 4 innings. And, they went up 8-0. But then UC Irvine came back and scored 5 runs the next 3 innings. But the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning were shutouts, and they only allowed 1 hit. And the bullpen shoved. So, UCLA has been coupling some momentous offense with some stellar pitching in the back end of their bullpen. So it's been working out really great for them. Now let's move on to Rock Chalowski. Rock Chalowski was named a finalist for the Dick Howser Trophy, which is awarded to the top player in baseball, and the Brooks Wallace Award, which is awarded to the top shortstop in baseball. Now, if he wins the Dick Howser, he's going to win the Brooks Wallace. Presumably, you'd think. And he was also named the District 9 Player of the Year. He's been having a stellar season, and he's adding possibly these 3 awards to already winning Big Ten Conference Player of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year. He's been phenomenal. Now let me pull up these stats and read them because there were some pretty stellar stats for Rock Chalowski, who's, by the way, is only a sophomore. So UCLA has him for a good amount of time. Just give me a second. Let me pull up these stats real quick. I should have been more prepared. That is my fault. But yeah, as I was saying, the Brooks Wallace Award is awarded to the best shortstop. Dick Howser, if you're not aware, is basically college baseball's Heisman Trophy. Big deal. People think that Chalowski is probably the best player in baseball, which is why UCLA is going to have a chance at making a deep run to Omaha. So yeah, let's see. So yeah, in his sophomore season, he's going into super regionals, batting .370, 23 home runs, 72 RBIs. Yeah, and he's leading all Division I hitters, I think, with a 5.85 WAR, wins above replacement. So he is impacting winning as a sophomore. He's probably the best player in baseball. Let's just be honest, probably the best player in college baseball. So, and you know what? He's being flanked by a really good lineup. So this Bruins offense is rolling. They're rolling. Yeah, and as I said, the first game's on Saturday, second game Sunday, and the third game, if necessary, is going to be on Monday. So the Bruins have a chance to make it to Omaha for the first time since 2013 and the 6th time overall. The last time they made it, which was in 2013, is actually the time that they won their first and only College World Series title. So yeah, Bruins, they're 2 wins away, making it back to Omaha. The team that made it to Omaha in 2013 won 52 games. They won 46 this season. So yeah, the Bruins are on their way. And with that being said, that's another episode of the UCLA Bruins Insider Podcast. Thank you for listening. As always, I'm your host, Connor Moreno, lead writer for UCLA Bruins on SI. And thanks for watching. Tune in tomorrow. We'll see you then.